When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the UNLV Rebels, facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the Boise State Broncos. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So Boise State's offense will take the first swing of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
He's got his man across the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, let's take just a minute and talk about Boise State. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just
picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
Job number one for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, the running back has it. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire play.
There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They'll run the screen. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you. And
oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because
a lot of room to the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Broncos. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab. It's Coffee. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
On the ground with the counter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Conway. Makes it past the marker. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Grimes. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. They'll run it from the gun. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Rebels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. The option look. He'll keep it himself. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quick.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Vegas.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Penn State is currently trailing in this one, but there are more people in Beaver Stadium today than most American cities. The crowd alone can help turn this game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab over the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Wants to fire on second down. Working the middle. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Broncos are facing 3rd and inches. He'll keep it on the sneak. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready, and one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Bust through behind his pad. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rebels offense is back on the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And I think that's one of the hardest routes to defend. When you're outside and they're running comebacks, you think about it, it looks like it's going deep, I can't get beaten deep. Receiver sits down, but how about the break on the football, getting in between him and the receiver and making the big play?
They'll go back to the air on second down. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wants to throw it. Quarterback adapting. He'll pull it down and run. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
The blue turf rumbling on this 3rd down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. Pulls it in. It's Coffee. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Fuller. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The offense changing the play. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to fire deep. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Rebels trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Boise State ready to send out that offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they...
Breaks into the open. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Broncos will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, two biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback and the QB.
Trying to get behind the defense. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that Smurf turf, sign me up for another half in Boise. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Albertson Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on second down. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Quarterback making checks. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Got his man quickly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Rebels come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Still running at the 40. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Turning it off. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UNLV.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you can make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Baylor. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air on first down. Heel off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll return it from around the 50. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Rebels offense is back on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Gets rid of it. It's complete on the right side. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Give to the back. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Listen, you can't make every play, you can't cover everybody, but it's really nice when you get the bonus of swatting the ball down and making sure that quarterback doesn't get a completion and doesn't get a big play.
Grab near the marker. It's Coffee. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll try the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. He'll set up to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Conway. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away...
Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the point after. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
So now it's 2nd and long. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. There he goes. Past the 20. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Broncos! Fit it in the window for the score.
And nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the score.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things. Oh, he's got some space. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Rebels can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Conway. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Toss sweep to the right. Got enough for the first down. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. And the Rebels, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Fakes to grab. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the big...
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Broncos will hustle to the line.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver.
He's got it inside the 30. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Fights off the defender. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. On 4th down, going to the air. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Hits the afterburners. Touchdown, Vegas. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, Phyllis. Penn State is down, but don't rule out some late-game magic. With that offense and the kid on D, who's the latest stud at linebacker anything is possible. They're trailing by 13 to Washington. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were fit.
Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Broncos will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On his way from around the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Slithers into space. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the ground with the back. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and
He hurls one deep down the left side. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Broncos! The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Lining up for the PAT. Splits the uprights. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.